session.
What did happen last session?
We talked to Lucy. Is her name Lucy?
I don't know. Let me pull up my notes.
The diner
Stone,
wait. Yeah.
grieving paramour.
Yeah, we talked to her, and we were not the first to try to talk to her. She said, "Come back when I get off my shift."
Mm-hmm.
And then we went back to campus. Who are we looking for? Amelia. We're looking for Amelia. We couldn't find her. And Jimmy almost got killed. And then we found that Amelia had a note to talk to Lucy. And so Libby was like, "Oh shit, we have to go right now because surely this meeting has not happened yet yesterday."
Sounds. I feel like I remember that wrong.
Heading back to the diner when Lucy just told us to like get lost. It's like an hour later. We're going back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we said we were gonna meet at lunch anyways, right? I mean, so you know.
Yeah, I mean we'll just go have lunch and wait for her to get off because she's supposed to get off
You just
after lunch.
in the hoods are just driving away. I think was the last thing that happened.
Yeah.
Hoods were just.
Oh yeah, you gotten that was
Ran
last
to the
session. You got
boys.
the fight?
Yeah.
Oaks and Shaughnessy.
I swear I freaking wrote about that, but it's not in Libby's notebook.
Where are your notes?
Huh. I swear I. Okay.
It's not the notes. It must not happen.
Notes or it didn't happen.
Jimmy picks a fight.
That's not how it happens.
Jimmy walked right up.
Well, yeah. No, they
Grabbed
started
his
it. They
collar.
sent that stupid fucking Rose over first.
Threw him into the car.
That happened.
Don't fuck with me, said
My
Jimmy.
family. Don't fuck with my family.
Ooh,
Get it straight, Libby.
said the mobsters. It was intense. Then a gun was pulled.
2 guns were pulled.
2 guns. Whoa. In daylight?
Yep.
No way. Then Jimmy walked away. There we go. Add it to my notes. Which I've made live because sometimes they're really funny.
So
private, or I don't know. Privates.
Jimmy is returning to the group. You guys are in near the quad of Miskatonic University. It is late morning on Monday, I believe.
Monday the what, Andy?
In October.
Good.
So
Monday the October.
If it's late morning, we should go try to talk to that other professor before we go back to the roadhouse.
Which professor?
The one that took over from Leiter, the one who found out what was missing.
Yeah, I guess we can talk to him.
We could swing by the burned down unconsidered trifles.
Oh yeah, we talked about doing that, and then we talked about going to that thing.
Yeah, we had lots of plans for the day before we headed back to the roadhouse.
There.
Yeah, but we were on campus. Let's go talk to that professor.
Yeah, we might as well hit the professor and then go talk to Lucy after lunch when she gets off.
Hit him. Pop, pop.
No, she's a woman.
The professor.
Oh, yeah, let's hit him. Wait, Libby wouldn't say that. Off to the
Professor Roach.
Roach. Harland Roach. He works in the same building as Charles Leiter. You guys haven't gone directly past his office, but he's only maybe a couple turns away from Leiter and Amelia's office in that building. As you Go in the front door. It's late morning. Okay. Yeah, you head in. You see in the office. You see a paunchy, sweaty man with kind of bottle bottom spectacles, kind of oily, thinning hair. He is actually his door is kind of open. You can see him kind of kneeling on the floor, gathering up some papers on his office floor. Kind of looks rumpled and disheveled.
Gathering up papers on his office floor?
Mhm.
Like frantically, or?
No.
Okay.
Not particularly.
Alright, not like,
No.
oh shit, there was a scuffle.
Not like lazily,
Okay.
but
Not like, oh my god, I dropped the confidential file and it spilled everywhere.
no. Roll your psychology.
Oh, I'm not
No,
turning down
you
a
don't
free
know.
roll.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I could do it. I didn't do it.
No, you don't know.
Where's the professor?
Hello. Knock knock on the open door.
He looks up at you.
My colleagues and I have some questions for you. The dean has us looking into the missing papers and also the
I don't
murder.
know anything about those.
You're the one who found out they were missing.
Why, sure, I don't know anything more about them.
We'll be the judge of that. And Jimmy ushers the other two in and then closes the office door.
What are... He
Jimmy
kind
just
of
kinda
puts a loose stack of papers that are kind of loosely bundled up that he was picking up and puts them on his desk.
Jimmy just leans against the closed door with his arms crossed.
Listen, I think what my friend is trying to say is that we're looking into the strange death of Professor Leiter. And, well, you knew him. That's no secret. We just want to find out what you know.
Hey. I think that scoundrel was up to no good. I think he was in trouble with the mob.
What makes you say that?
Well, he was always walking around with giving expensive gifts to some girl or another, and I should know he does not make that kind of money on a professor's salary.
I feel like the professor would be like...
I mean, the professor here,
He'll have to go check on Jeeves.
Okay. We happen to know Professor Wagner. He seems to be doing okay.
He's for old money, not like Leiter. Leiter is a scamp, a scoundrel, a fake, a farce.
What do you mean a fake and a farce?
He has no talent or intelligence for these kind of things. I should have been getting these, and everyone knows it.
You think he was involved in criminal activities?
Oh, he was certainly a criminal. I'm sure of it. He was a criminal. Yes, you said it, not me.
I'm gonna need some specifics.
Well, I have heard through the grapevine he makes many trips to Atlantic City, if you know what I mean. And you know the kind of ruffians that live there.
Yeah, but gambling's legal.
Is it? Is drinking? I don't think so.
Jimmy, making eye contact, pulls out a flask. Takes the tip back in his pocket.
Scoundrel.
What do you know about these papers that went missing?
I don't know anything about them.
Well, sure, you must have seen or heard something if you noticed that they were gone.
Oh, I did an inventory, and I know that they're gone, but I don't know anything more than that.
But if you did, you'd tell us, right? Jimmy cracks his neck and some knuckles.
I don't know who you are.
I told you the dean sent us. Official business. Somebody show him a letter or
You're a
some shit.
criminal.
I'm getting paid to do a legal,
Libby.
straight job here.
What are you looking for, Libby?
I'm trying to understand what makes this guy tick. It's probably gonna be a psychology roll, but it just like, is he a proud person? Like, are things neatly put away, or is it just like his whole office is just ramsackled and just a mess?
It looks like a mess in here, for sure. His appearance is very disheveled. He's wearing kind of like tweeds and suspenders that just look kind of like rumpled. I don't know, like his shirt's kind of just looks like wrinkled and like wet,
All right.
like sweaty. Are you trying to be sneaky, like moving around behind him or something?
No, actually, Libby's trying to, if anything, be a little seductive as she walks. But yeah, she's just trying to look around the room.
As you're kind of walking around, his eyes kind of like follow you where you're going to kind of see where you're going to, and he kind of gives you this sneering grin and says, I recognize you. I think you were in one of my classes." He kind of gives you this really lurid, slimy grin and says, "You came to office hours twice."
Well, I did want to learn from an expert, and you are, in fact, an expert, are you not?
I am indeed.
Well, then,
and it's about time someone appreciated it.
Well, of course. I mean, Lighter always getting the spotlight. I mean, it's just unfair when you're clearly the more talented individual. But, I mean, don't be bashful. You did, in fact, know there were missing pieces because you were such an expert on them, correct?
Of course. I knew I wanted this contract. I should have gotten it. I am the expert, as you said.
Of course. Overlooked. It's horrifying.
It's politics. It's politics is all it is. And that criminal wormed his fingers into the politics of the situation, the bureaucracy. It's about time, it's about time someone appreciated that, he says, and he very clearly like looks Libby up and down.
So Libby at this has turned the page, pulled out her notebook, and has started writing on the page, and kind of has it turned slightly, and she starts writing Professor Roach, and then she puts something like unintentionally handsome, but it's really large, so you can see it on. But right before that, she puts disgusting and sweaty, but that's on the other side. You can't see that.
Andy, can I take a look at the papers on his desk?
Yes, I'm going to call this like a two-part skill test. So first, Libby, why don't you roll a charm?
Yeah, I've trained for this. Boom!
Yes, you have. And if you're trying to be sneaky about it, Alex, you can roll a stealth. Is that a thing?
Yep.
If you're trying to be sneaky, you're welcome to roll a stealth bonus
sure,
stat.
Yeah, I'll be stealthy.
He's pretty distracted.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. And you can actually roll it again because you would have gotten a bonus die from Libby.
Okay.
Woo woo!
Okay, so we'll do the 34. So Libby, as you're talking, he kind of like rolls over towards you and kind of leans on the desk a little bit, turning his back a little bit towards the stack of papers. And he was saying, the women around here have no appreciation for the art that I provide for this department. It's about time that I earned a little bit of the attention that I deserve.
Yes,
Alex,
deserves respect. And I write that down.
Alex, as you're looking through these papers, you notice they look to be several documents in one of which, kind of close to the top, you'll actually see that it looks to be a similar list to the document list that was in the Hob House collection. The collection that you guys are investigating looks to be some kind of an inventory sheet.
While they're doing those things, Jimmy is going to try not to be super obvious about it. He's gonna look around for like signs of forced entry. So like he's at the door, and then he might like stroll over to the window to casually look out it. But he's looking to see if this office, because the other office has been broken into.
Sure.
He's gonna look to see if he sees any signs of like.
You can roll a. So I'm going to need a stealth and a spot hidden roll. You may get a bonus die on one of those two for Libby's distracted, so you can choose which of those two you want to put a bonus die on.
Bonus on stealth.
Okay.
Hard success.
Hard success.
Regular success on the spot hidden.
Regular.
Okay. You, as you're walking around, you notice that two things. You notice that the desk seems to have been shifted about a foot, like kind of twisted about a foot off of one of its corners. Like you see there are indentations in the floor where it is slid away from its normal resting place.
Is it rotated to like face the window or the door more or anything, or like can I figure like?
One of them rotated away from the door a little bit.
Okay.
And you also notice that there is kind of underneath his slicked hair on the back of his head, you see a welt on the back of his head.
Okay.
The starts of some kind of a red mark.
Like a blow to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
I'm gonna try to snag this inventory.
Sure. Sleight of hand that. Boom.
Regular
success. Yeah. So you reach out and like deftly plucking between two fingers without a wisp of sound. Just the sheet sort of like flows out towards you, and you slowly roll it up and tuck it into your trousers. Or up a sleeve or something.
Professor,
go ahead.
Professor, did you ever happen to have a student by the name of a Cecil Hunter?
He's been going over the last couple minutes talking about himself and how, it really is to Libby's credit that she is recognizing him. She's showing great judge of character. To interrupt that, one of his tirades, and he just said, Hunter? You say Hunter. He He kind of looks up for a minute. I do remember a hunter. There was a very, very poor student. One of Leiter's little brats. Really didn't deserve to be here more than a year, and he was here for a year and 3/4 before he left. Failed out. I think he was interested in the arts, classics, but he was still part of our department. Why? He looks at you suspiciously.
No reason. We just knew that he was associated with Leiter and want to check every possible lead.
If he's associated with Leiter, he's probably a criminal too.
Well, all the more reason to investigate, eh?
He seems to take pause at that and says, yes, you should. But mark my words, Leiter's behind all this. He was behind whatever trouble happened. I'm sure he has that, those witch trial papers hidden somewhere.
The missing papers. There were a bunch of them. What do they all have in common?
They're all from the same estate.
Yeah, I know that. You're supposed to be the great history expert, right? What else do they have in common?
Very little. Honestly, they have... they speak of various and sundry esoteric qualities of historical interest in the northeastern area. Really, most of them are of the most mundane and would only be appreciated by those truly, he glances luridly over at Libby, truly interested in the historical quality of such a thing. The only one of real popular interest would be the witch trial papers.
The rest had nothing to do with it? With the witches?
Not so much as I could see. There were various journals and mundanities as family trees and patents and nothing. Writs of land, documents of some such.
But, Professor, I mean, clearly you would know. Why would these, witch trials so important?
Well, the witch trials of Salem were documented by many and are widely renowned to be a seminal period in the New England history. But it has always been long rumored that there was a missing link, a missing story that had yet to be told of these witch trials of great evils and executions that were done in the name of finding these witches. Many stories were told, but it is said that there was documentation of further trials up here in the Salem region. So, if this was in fact that, it would be quite a find. It would be a find of historical significance. It would bring possibly a whole new exhibit to the museum. It would bring people from far abroad to see this new finding, to find a missing piece in what would be the total story of the devilry of the witch trials of New England. Well, that's what we would sell it as, of course, and hopefully we would get many people to come see. So if, Leiter, he says, as if he's finally putting a punctuation on the thought, if Leiter is the one who had his name on it, which he did not deserve to be, then he would be the one getting the credit for this find. Or at least get to put his name on it.
I want to use psychology to see if he was lying about Cecil Hunter and how well he knew him.
Sure.
Shoot my shot.
I mean, you could spend 31 points.
Push it.
I think I'm going to save that 31 points in case we run into any ghouls.
Considering you only get like 1d3 to 1d6 at a time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, it's hard to say. He was pretty vague with his answer.
Professor, and I'm gonna grab his arm seductively, not aggressive. I said it real aggressive. I'm gonna grab his arm.
Sure.
Perhaps, clearly we're just stumbling through this investigation, trying to find some sort of connection. I mean, using your strong mind, of course. I would wonder where you would go next.
First, roll your charm, please.
Well, that was right on.
He looks surprised that you're touching his arm at first, but then he kind of like puts his hand over your hand, and then his fingers kind of slide up to your wrist and stroke around your wrist. His hand is really,
Oh god.
It's all clammy and
moist.
moist.
His fingers are a little bit thick.
She's gonna throw up after this. For the record, Libby is very sexy right now.
You've been trying all campaign to try to charm someone, and finally
this is the one.
So he kind of grossly grosses or caresses around your wrist with his fingers.
Oh god.
and he you asked him for his expertise on
just where would he where would someone of such brilliance start to look next, especially for these missing papers.
Roll your listen, please.
Oh shit.
Let me just scribble down some stuff. Listen, huh? Oh, my listen sucks. Balls. Oh my god, I'm spending it. I'm spending 9 points.
Wait, to make it a hard?
No, just to make it a regular. My listen sucks.
You got a regular.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
What the fuck did I roll? Oh, I rolled a 19. Alright, never mind. Checking it off. I'm just used to failing.
He was freaking out, man.
Getting my arm touched, it's weird.
So, you hear him, he mutters something under his breath as you ask him that question, and as he caresses your wrist. You make the words out to be, "I wish you would have come yesterday." And he says, I wish I knew what to tell you about. He kind of composes himself as he says that to himself idly as he's rubbing your wrist, and he really seems to regret something. And then he kind of collects himself and says, I wish so much that I could give you something concrete to lead you in the direction that you choose. I really wish I could give that to you. Give something to you.
Oh god. Oh god. So when he said that, I wish you would have come yesterday, was it like a really how do I put this? He was sad that he did something he regretted, or was it I'm a bad person?
Roll your fucking psychology.
Oh god.
Damn.
Oh, I'm spending it. I spent it.
You're rolling good tonight.
62. Okay, I'm ready. I'm checking that off. Do I get to check it when I spend luck?
No.
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Nor
Paying
when
attention.
Okay, so when he said that, when he said he really wishes, when he muttered to himself, it sounds like there was some true regret in his words. He seems he feels like he's lost a way to impress you. Like he really regrets something right now. So yeah, he's sorry that you didn't come yesterday.
As he kind of pulls away, I'm gonna walk a little closer to him as I walk around
Oh,
the
hey.
table. Oh,
He hasn't pulled away.
oh God. Okay. All right. That's fine. I get a little closer.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. And I say quietly, but not so quietly that I don't think anyone else would hear, but just quietly. Something like, all great men regret something, but only true, powerful ones choose to do something about it. And then I carefully pull away.
You see him licking his lips.
I almost spit my beer on the computer. Oh God.
You have to like pull your hand out from his, like sliding it out of a. I don't know. Just like slides out from between his fingers as he's still holding on. He doesn't like grab onto you or anything, but are you guys sending all kinds of gross gifts?
Oh,
I cannot see that.
that was so bad.
Don't worry, we'll pin it. We'll pin it. It'll be there forever. That is terrifying. I can't stop looking at it.
I know. I had to minimize the window. Does Libby look like she is done talking to him, or?
I don't know where to go from here.
Okay.
Libby has lost all sense of direction now.
Your cheek is kind of like moist from where his hot breath.
Hey, what do you know about Anthony Flinders?
Another failure, dropout, criminal, thug.
What do you mean criminal?
I've caught him peeping in the girl's dorm right out the window. I saw him.
Which dorm?
He points towards the one where Amelia lives.
Yeah, boys peep. Girls
He-
peep. Everybody peeps. People are curious.
I would never peep.
Oh, you're a peeper. Hey, who roughed you up?
What your fast talk? Nice. Right?
Oh, Jimmy.
Push it.
Jimmy, push it.
I'm gonna push it.
I mean, you can hardly fail, right?
Once lucky Jimmy. Oh, damn.
His hand kind of like starts reaching back towards the back of his head, and then he catches himself and puts it down like instinctively, and he says, I don't know what you're talking about.
Jimmy gives him like a lopsided grin. Call it my criminal instinct.
I should call the dean on you, thug.
The dean sent me. Listen. I bet getting roughed up was pretty unpleasant. Probably not something you're used to. Which means you really don't want to have it happen again. Twice in 1 week? That'd be pretty unfortunate.
You're trying to intimidate him?
Why don't you just answer our questions?
Sure.
God damn it!
Oh, Jimmy.
Good.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it.
Good.
Oh, God.
I'm
Jimmy.
usually so good at this. Intimidating.
Libby's taking all the rolls.
Okay.
that's-
Okay.
Oh.
There we go. That's more like it, Jimmy.
I don't.
Wouldn't want to embarrass you in front of the lady.
I didn't see who it was, he says, glancing over towards Libby. I didn't see who it was. They leapt upon me in the dark. They came upon me in the dark.
Where?
Here, in my office.
You get knocked out?
I was out for quite some time.
What'd they take?
He looks around and he says, my wallet. I think they took my wallet.
Came into your office to mug you?
Well, booze guzzlers will do all kinds of things.
Nah, if they wanted you all, they would have waited till you were in an alley. What'd they take?
Anyone else want to chip in here?
I can, but I feel like if I intimidate him, I'm going to turn him on.
That'd be true.
Just charm him some more.
Listen, Professor, Jimmy's not such a bad guy. Just tell us what you know and he'll walk away. We can make this easy.
What you rolling?
I'm gonna do persuade.
Nice.
Oh, check that off.
Nice. He kind of like sends this like he gives this long pained look towards Libby and like lets out a heavy moist sigh in her direction. This says, he didn't deserve to have those papers. I did. But now the reputation of the entire department is at risk, and I don't mind if the dean takes the fall, but you have to ensure that I get credit when we find them.
Absolutely, it's obvious. Your genius is obvious.
Okay, I believe you. Anyone could see, anyone with half a brain could see that Leiter didn't deserve to have those papers, to have this great find of New England under his belt, as he's had so many things under his belt, and he's been under the belt of so many other things. I liberated these documents from him, maybe, before he unfortunately passed from this earth. I had nothing to do with his death, and we can make this right, because he is a criminal. He's not just into gambling. He's a forger. I was saving the papers. I was saving them from a criminal. A criminal.
Of course, you did the right thing. No one can blame you for that.
Yes, of course. So I liberated the most important of them, the ones I could find from his house. And I brought them here. I didn't tell the dean because the dean doesn't deserve to have his job. I do.
Well, of course, Professor, but what happened to the papers?
They're gone.
What do you
I
mean
wish
gone?
you would have come yesterday. I wish you would have been here yesterday. I would have given them to you gladly. Literally, the GM was ready to hand them over.
But where are the papers?
I don't know. The ruffian that came in and clubbed me must have taken them.
Did you hear anything before you were attacked?
I heard something muffled from the hallway. I didn't think much of it because I was looking at the papers on my desk. I came over. He gestures towards like a side cabinet for a drink of water. He says unconvincingly. And when I came back to the desk, I noticed a shadow from the open door behind me. I turned, and I was clubbed before I saw anything.
You didn't see anything.
It happened very quickly.
And when was this exactly?
This was last night. I was here late, maybe midnight? 1 o'clock?
Turned, looked at them. They clubbed you.
I didn't get a good look. I was turning, and the next thing I know, I was waking up on the floor.
So you've been here ever since?
I've been here all night, yes, and from what I gather, the night guard also was attacked in the middle of the night. Marvin?
Oh, shit.
You know him? He's a boozer too.
Listen, for a guy who's so anti-criminal, you, let's see, broke into someone's house, stole papers, got yourself hit and had the papers stolen from you, and keep illegal substances in your office. So why don't you stop casting all of these stones, Mr. Glasshouse?
Andy, can I have walked over to the cabinet he had gestured at and pulled it open?
Yeah.
Was there a bottle of booze in there?
Make a spot hidden.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Make a library use.
Yeah, library
more
use.
appropriate. It's actually more appropriate.
Library
Nice.
use that up.
Nice. So you notice that there is a copy of, I don't know, Encyclopedia Britannica, which is like 2 inches too thick.
Jimmy, here's a little light reading for you later, and I toss it to him.
Jimmy
Clearly, Professor, you're just the person I always thought you were.
There's a cavity inside the book with a bottle of clear liquid in it.
Yeah, Jimmy pockets it and grins. Illegal substance, you see, you wouldn't want it to, be in your office.
Confiscated, of course.
Yeah, the thugs must have left it here when they jumped on you, unsuspecting in the middle of the night when you didn't see shit.
All men of greatness must go through trials and tribulations to become known in the annals of history.
Oh, and your trials and tribulations are committing crimes.
You are my trial,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
If he says I'm his tribulation, I might cold cock him.
You are my tribulation.
I slap him. I slap him really hard. Yes.
Roll your fighting. You can have a bonus die. He's not expecting this. Oh shit!
I don't need it. Right in the face. I'm rolling my damage too. I am no one's tribulation, sir. And I stomp out of the room.
All right,
And
check it out.
I start investigating the ground outside for anything that could be
Okay.
tracks.
Chris, you've been kind of quiet. Do you want to do anything while all this is happening?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. Libby, as you stomp outside, I would like for you to roll me a. What are you looking for? Just anything?
Yeah, any kind of track, like anything that could, I don't know, lead us to whoever was, knocked out this professor.
Roll your tracking.
Oh shit, that's a thing? Oh god, it's a thing. Stick a gum on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything. Where's Lester?
Right, good old Lister.
Those are some paps. Slap the professor. That's amazing.
Jimmy's gonna kind
He's rubbing his cheek.
of saunter up.
That's a good sign, right?
Listen, the only way to get back into her good graces is with the utmost honesty. What aren't you telling us?
I've told you everything.
Jimmy's gonna grab him by the collar and pull him up really close. What the fuck aren't you telling us?
I've told you everything. He didn't deserve it. I was going to make him look bad. I was going to make Dean Fallon look bad. I was going to be the hero. I still will be, right? You said so.
I didn't say shit.
You said so. He says towards Alex,
Jimmy
like
walks out.
pleadingly.
Well, look, Professor, you've been very helpful, and if we can recover these papers, well, good things come to those who wait.
I don't know what that is. Is that relevant? He sputters in your general direction.
Jimmy's heading towards the guards station.
Sure.
That's a good man. Alexander gives him a pat on the shoulder and then walks away.
All right.
Libby, Jimmy
walk?
stops. Libby stops Jimmy in the hallway. Let me have some of that. And she gestures towards the book.
I'll hand it over.
Yeah, she takes a swig and then passes it back. She looks a little shaken, but stomps off towards the guards.
Roll your luck.
Hell yeah, roll my luck. Or maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. Oh god.
So as you're in mid swig, one of the security guards rounds the corner and is just like staring at the two of you in the hallway, with you like this bottle tilted up. You see this guy just kind of like roll his head back and sigh and starts walking towards you.
Did Jimmy recognize him?
Probably he's a day shift guard here.
Hey, Timothy. What happened to Marvin?
Jimmy, he's kind of like looking past you towards Libby.
She had a rough day running with what's his foot. And he kind of gestures back to the office. Slimy motherfucker.
Look, miss. He kind of looks between Jimmy and you. Jimmy, you can't be doing that on campus.
I know. She it's fine. Put it away. Put it away.
You know better. You don't do that on the job.
He was so sweaty.
I know. Kind of pats her on the shoulder and he slips the book away. Listen, it won't happen again. Like I said, rough day.
He kind of like looks between you both again and just sort of nods. He looks over towards the office where Alex is coming out, and the Professor Roach is shutting the door behind him. So, who are your friends, Jimmy?
Dean sent us to figure out what's happening. Weird business. What happened to Marvin?
Some thug, I guess, jumped him outside.
Just one?
As far as Marvin saw,
He okay?
he's all right. He's back home. Got tonight off.
Jumped him to get in the building?
My shift just started. He's all right though. They didn't send him to the hospital or anything. He was just out cold for a little while.
This music says otherwise.
You came to take his report?
I
Police?
think
Campus security?
police took a report too, and I think the dean was there.
Alright.
What's No, I just assumed it was some kind of prank from a kid, one of the kids on campus, maybe. What's going on, Jimmy? He says, again, looking between the three of you.
Wait, so
his hackles are up.
Roach didn't report his break-in?
What? He reaches down to like a billy club that's at his waist.
Not right now. Last night. Same time as Marvin. Maybe go ask Roach some questions. I don't know if he's been entirely forthright.
What do you mean?
I mean, his office is broken into.
Everyone roll a listen check.
Oh god. Oh, there it is.
All right,
Or
Alexander. You hear some scuffling noises coming from inside Roach's office. Some sounds of movement and sliding wood, maybe.
Oh, that can't be good.
secret apartments.
So he just asked. What's going on?
Well, you know that professor got killed. Papers are missing.
Sure.
Dean has us looking into it.
Okay.
Came to ask Roach about him. Roach's office got broken into.
Sounds like that's your job.
Yeah, you asked, I told you.
No, you said I should talk to him.
Well, I mean, seems to, be fitting that the people guarding this building should know that his office got broken into.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Look, all I'm saying is,
I want an easy day today, all right?
all right, but all I'm saying is, Marvin got roughed up last night.
He's fine. He's a tough little bird.
He's fine, but it's probably connected to this guy's office getting broken into, and this guy didn't report it.
Shit.
Seems pretty sketchy to me.
He kind of rolls his eyes and he knocks on the door to Roach's office and says, Professor Roach, security, may I have a word?
Is there any reply?
Professor Roach. He knocks again. And he just kind of like turns around to you guys and gives you a little wave and like a reassuring, like, I got this.
You're about to get eaten by a monster.
If you guys hang around, after he asks again, he pulls he tries the door handle and then pulls a key out, key ring out, and starts filling with keys. You guys just waiting around.
I feel like we should get closer.
Well, Jimmy didn't hear anything inside, so he probably starts to walk away.
Okay.
Alexander's gonna kind of linger there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he fills with the keys a little bit until he finds one, puts the key in and turns it and opens the door, and you see the rear end and legs of someone sticking out of the window. Oh, shit, Timothy says. He walks in, the door kind of closes behind him as he goes in.
Huh.
I'm just gonna kind of listen at the door.
All right, Professor, all right. You come out of the window now. There's some like grunting and heaving and some more scraping of wood. And then you hear some, what the hell are you doing, Professor? You know I'm going to have to report this. No, you know you're going to have to come with me and report this to the dean. So they're having like a short arguing conversation in there at the moment, sounds like.
If Jimmy and Libby are still there, Alexander's gonna kind of nod his head at the door.
After a few moments, they would come out.
Libby's gonna be crying into Jimmy. It's fake, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Jimmy's awkwardly patting her on the back. Confused. Hey now, you're fine. What the fuck is going on?
Shh.
There, you're gonna be alright. Chin up, sport.
Timothy comes out leading kind of Professor Roach by the scruff of the neck, and he just says, "We have a break-in to report, don't we, Professor?" And Professor Roach just like gives you guys this like sneering, snarling kind of look, and he's like, "Yes, we do."
That's right. Criminal activity should always be reported to the proper authorities.
I feel like this is the best thing we've ever done.
He like opens his mouth to say something and just like snaps it shut. We are going to the dean now, says Timothy, to report this break-in, and then we will probably be reporting this to the police. As Timothy kind of starts leading him away, he looks towards Jimmy and says, "More than I wanted to do today. You owe me a drink."
Jimmy nods.
And they walk down the hall.
I, not forcefully, but I push away from Jimmy and I run right into his office.
Sure. The door is swinging shut behind. So why don't you roll me a dexterity? Roll your dexterity to get your foot in the door.
Damn!
Boom! Libby slides sideways, satchel hanging off her side, magnifying glass flies out, she snatches it and slips right in the office.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, you're in the office. The window is open. There's a slight breeze coming in, a crisp October breeze. What are you doing there?
I lean out and I go, "Come on, we've got only minutes." And I let the other two in.
Sure.
Gonna rifle through all his stuff.
I am looking for anything just maybe filed in the wrong place, just to see if he really did in fact give up everything.
Okay.
Like if he has anything else hidden, if the witch papers are really actually in here.
Go ahead and so you're looking through papers. You can go ahead and make a library use check. What's everyone else doing?
God damn it! Can I push?
Sure.
God damn it! Okay, it was meant to be.
What's everyone else doing?
I just got a paper cut.
I heard that noise, so I'm assuming it's probably the window, but I'm gonna try to look, check like for any wooden panels or any secret compartments like in the desk or anything like that.
Go ahead and roll your spot hidden. You, Jimmy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna push it.
Push it real good.
Yeah.
Only regular.
Jimmy is. Oh, what's Jimmy gonna look for? I think Jimmy's just gonna keep an eye on the hallway. There's been a lot of weird activity in this building. He's just gonna keep an eye on the hallway, kind of stand guard.
Sure. Snoopers.
Sure.
He's gonna go between like the hallway and the window, just in case like what's his face is out there peeping in the dorms and whatnot.
Go ahead and roll your spot hidden. And Great Alexander made a spot hidden. Okay. So Great Alexander, you, as you're kind of searching around for hidden compartments, you're looking around at the desk. You actually see that there is it looks like a piece of cloth got snagged on the desk, and there is like a white thread, a kind of a frayed white thread, which is on the corner that's going to be shoved out of place on the desk. But you don't see any hidden compartments.
Okay.
Jimmy, as you are going up to the window to check it out, you notice a reflection of a fourth figure in the room. It looks familiar.
Is it lighter?
It looks like
Amelia?
It looks like a young man, with a kind of a silhouetted young man, with no arms.
What?
No, there are arms, but they're tied in a straitjacket. You recognize
Cecil.
the silhouette of a Cecil hunter in the reflection behind you, with glowing red eyes.
I'm gonna, instead of turning around, I'm gonna keep looking at the reflection and try to make out more details or see what's happening.
The figure starts to. The legs don't really seem to be moving, but the figure seems to be drifting closer towards you, towards your back. I need you to roll me a sanity.
Cool.
You got this, Jimmy. Jimmy, you got this.
Success.
Okay. You manage. You can remain in control. You don't like let out a scream or have to stop watching or anything. So yeah, it just keeps moving towards you.
Jimmy wouldn't do that.
And you notice this big wide grin forming in the face as the eyes lock with yours in the reflection.
I punch the window.
It shatters easily.
Jimmy, what the hell?
But yeah, we should go.
Well, yeah, you made a ruckus.
There are some people out, some students out in the lawn between of the quad that you were overlooking. As you look down, you recognize the place you are as where Marvin, the bushes where Marvin was pointing at, where he found some kid peeping. Is actually right below you.
Is anyone like looking up towards the window?
Oh yeah, you just broke a window, dude.
Don't look out,
Professor
Jimmy.
Roach, why'd you break the window? Jeez. And I walk away.
Nobody outside cares.
We should go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I'm pocketing that thread, by the way.
Sure.
Don't look at the windows. Don't look at mirrors. Let's just go.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with that. Don't look at any mirrors.
What is with you two in the windows?
You guys may leave if you want to, or do you want to go somewhere else inside the humanities building or antiquities building?
What
Somewhere in particular
time
you
is it?
suggest?
Well, you had shown interest in talking to Marvin, and
He's at home, right?
right, but in case you wanted to get his report from Dean Fallon,
Oh,
who
yeah.
had spoken to him, but
Wasn't
you
that
all
guy
know
going to the
Rose
dean?
talked to Fallon, so
Yeah.
what's that?
Isn't the professor going to the dean right now?
That's right.
Yeah, we don't want to be there.
That's true. You sure? You don't want him to breathe on you some more?
Nope.
Those moist hands.
Nope.
I don't know. Maybe he is a slapper. Maybe you just played right into his hand.
No.
Oh no.
Look, horror comes in many forms, y'all. So where would you like to go, intrepid investigators?
I mean, we told Lucy we were going to come back after her shift, so I don't know how close it is to that. If not, let's swing by Marvin's and try to talk to him. Maybe you got to look at these jumpers.
Do I know where Marvin lives?
Probably not.
Do I know where I could find his address?
I don't know. Would you know where Marvin lives? How close were you to the
Nah, I
other
wouldn't know where
guards?
Marvin
Like,
lived.
you may have gotten drinks with some of these guys after
Yeah.
work.
I might know like in general vicinity of his house, but I've never been to his house for dinner or anything.
Yeah.
But I would know like I don't know, like payroll or something where I could go find his address, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's stop by Marvin's. Then I need like 3 burgers.
Okay.
I go to wherever I like pick up my paychecks or HR or whatever.
Sure.
Payroll. I probably know someone's name there. Sally.
Mhm. Or fast talk.
Yeah, basically he's gonna be like, oh, I need to go see Marvin. I heard that he's upset. I heard that he got attacked. I'm so upset.
Oh
Like,
gosh,
send
Marvin.
casserole.
See if you can do it.
Regular success.
Okay.
Yeah, you know my Rosie. She makes a mean potato casserole. I'm gonna take one over to Marvin.
You are just the nicest, and Rosie is lucky to have you.
Oh shucks, Sally.
He lives over on West Fair Street. And she writes down an address for you on a little piece of paper.
Jimmy winks at her and leaves.
Now, don't be giving anyone any ideas. You're a taken man, she says.
He waggles his ring finger at her.
All right. Yep, you have an address.
Okay.
Might make you a little late to going to Lucy's.
To getting when she gets off, or
Mhm.
Oh,
Maybe. Depends on how long you take.
hey, yeah, we want to stop here. We want to go to the roadhouse.
well, what if Lucy will finally open up to us?
Yeah, we may not want to make her more upset with us.
She
All right,
doesn't
all right.
like me very much.
Jimmy's gonna go back to Sally and say, on second thought, I shouldn't just drop in. You got a phone number for him? Call, give him a heads up.
She. I think phones are pretty ubiquitous at this point. Yeah, she has a phone number for him.
Okay, he'll get his phone number.
Got a cell phone, and we'll call him.
Yeah.
We'll page him.
Yeah, everyone
I'm gonna
has
drop
cell
a text.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he'll get
text
his
him
number so we can
911.
call him from the professor's house later
Sure,
or something.
sure.
But yeah, okay.
Okay. You have it. Do we want to...
Professor has a car phone, right?
I need another drink. Let's take 5.
Oh, good. Then I'll go pee.
You guys are going to the Roadhouse?
Yep.
All right. Drink 10.
Pee.
Not. You guys are going to road trips.
We're unpredictable.
I'm like 5 paragraphs ready for music.
So we've gone to road trip, we would have just been handing the papers.
Abe. What do you think of Harlan Roach?
He's so moist.
They're so moist.
So like, oh, criminals. Except I do criminal shit too.
He just wanted somebody to love.
Now it's got to be.
It's funny how they wrote him up in the adventure. They pretty much basically are like, he is the most shallow person you can. He is jealous and vindictive.
Nope.
In fact, they say, quote, he has a tendency to look at women and children as if they were a strange form of inexplicable pond life. Took liberties with that part.
Okay.
Abe, what'd you think of Roach?
Oh, he's... Woo-hoo. He's... Woo! Where are my slippers? Left my slippers downstairs. Roach was great. Got that charm checked off, though.
And you guys figured out who took the papers.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Really, I mean, there was some really good rolling there.
That's true. They were good, very good rolls. A lot of good social rolls happening. All three of you rolled at least hard successes on stuff.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
I spent all my luck.
Nah, you have a lot of luck left, right?
62.
You probably have the most luck of anyone.
62.
Yep, you got the most luck of anyone. Especially the professor. Yeah. He's bad.
He's like a 3 or something.
He got some back. Nope, he's an 8.
Jimmy's a D.
That's fine. It's fine. So, you guys go to Hibbs Roadhouse. You arrive there without any issue. You doing anything on the way? You're just going straight there?
Is there anything else in that book, just out of curiosity?
The
The one with the bottle in it? Or is it just
no. It was, it looks like the pages have been pasted together and hollowed out to make a cavity for the bottle.
Oh, I wanted to look at the inventory that he had. Was there anything unusual?
No, it looks like it is a copy of the one you had. No, there wouldn't be anything unusual about it.
Okay.
Did you tell us about that thread?
Oh, yeah, I would have told you guys about the thread.
Can Libby use her jeweler's eyepiece to look at it?
Sure.
Just to see if anything, if it's just like a thread or if there's anything about it. I don't know, blood or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that a spot hidden?
I don't know.
I don't know what else to do with it.
Is there an appraise thing?
Oh, there's an appraise. There's an appraise. God damn it!
There it is.
Pushing it.
Done. Run out.
There's a chance it's going to go out the window, but I don't care.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ridiculous. It is. It looks to be a kind of a sturdy wool fabric thread, such as would be found in a coat.
Oh, like a straight jacket coat?
No, those are
Okay.
usually made out of a canvas.
Is it a white thread?
Yep.
Like a varsity jacket coat?
Ooh. Son of a bitch. Straight thread. Possibly. We gotta go find that guy and shake him down.
Anthony? I already shook him down once. I'll shake him down again.
We're gonna shake the shit out of him.
Anthony fucking Flingers. Prepare to be shaken.
Wait. Varsity jacket? Question mark? Okay.
He's been peeping in windows.
It does make sense. Maybe he stole the shit. God damn it.
I mean, he was very interested in those papers and Amelia being a witch.
We still have to find Amelia. She's probably dead.
Probably. Professor probably could have saved her.
Damn it. Yeah, that was the only other thing I'd want to do. Is check out that thread. And I'd look at my brass ring some more. It's just a belt buckle.
Yeah, it seems to be some kind of buckle. So, on to Hibbs Roadhouse. It looks very much the same. It is a little bit after lunchtime now, and it seems like the lunchtime crowd is starting to die down here. The staffing inside has also died down to match. There's just one woman behind the counter at the moment when you enter. Is an older woman, Judith. You met her before.
I'm going to look at the two men.
What was the waitress's name? Lucy?
Lucy.
Alex is going to approach and say, hey there, Judith. Lucy told us to meet her after her shift. We're here to catch up.
Oh, well, you're just going to have to wait a little bit. She just went into well, she's indisposed, she says. She wouldn't say she went anywhere. She would say she's indisposed at the moment.
Oh, of course. We'll wait for her.
She just nods and gives you a smile. You want a coffee while you wait?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
I'll take a burger.
Three. He'd like 3.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. She just gives you a smile and goes back behind the counter.
Alex gives the other two a meaningful look.
Perhaps I should freshen up? Question mark.
Yeah, you're all like moist from contact.
Well, I meant if Lucy, I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go to the powder room.
Okay. Roll a sanity check.
Son of a bitch!
Shit.
Oh,
That's not
no,
good.
no.
Cool. So what you see, the door swings behind you to the bathroom, and you kind of walk down a short hallway and turn the corner, which opens up to just kind of a bank of, or there's like one sink wash
Don't
area.
say mirrors. Don't say bank of mirrors.
With a mirror.
Son of a bitch.
And sort of the restrooms are across from that, pretty standard fare, but it's sort of around a short hallway and around the corner. You see in the mirror the grinning face of Lucy Stone, the toothy smile going wide ear to ear, and she is staring straight at you in the mirror as you turn the corner. You suffer at the shock and surprise of it. You suffer 1 sanity damage and react in some way. How would Libby react? Because you can't control this reaction.
Libby would give a blood-curdling scream.
Sure.
No hesitation.
Okay. It'll be a. I'm assuming you guys are rushing in at that, but
Yeah.
Libby's going to have a second while you guys are rushing in. Libby, as you compose yourself and look at the scene, you see that there is a figure standing in front of the sink, staring at the mirror. It is Lucy Stone. Her kind of short blonde hair pulled back in a bob, the same as it was, and you're kind of behind her and looking over her shoulder, but you can see the side of her face and profile, and that her mouth is open in a wordless, voiceless scream, and she is staring at the window. You see a trickle of red going down her right cheek.
Oh, fuck.
She is staring at the mirror.
I'm
You have
gonna
a moment to react before anyone else gets there.
I'm gonna cautiously, but just like horror film, scared to death, try to spin her around.
Roll
Don't say sanity. Don't do it.
your strength.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nope.
Her body is kind of it moves a little bit, but it seems to be kind of like locked there, and she's just staring. You hear this like choking gasp coming from her, and again, now that you're a little bit closer, you see her eyes are kind of locked on the mirror, and you're starting to see a little bit of like wispy steam coming out from the front of her face.
Shit. I'm gonna like try to body check her, like full blown
Sure.
knock her to the floor.
Sure. As you kind of wind up for this, you can roll a strength with a bonus die.
Oh.
After this roll, whatever happens with this roll, we're gonna come to the rest of
Fuck.
it. So you slam into her. You hear kind of like a whining moan coming from Lucy as she stands there, kind of locked in place in front of the mirror. At this point, the two men come into the bathroom.
Yeah, bust in.
Sure.
There's a scream.
Yep. You come into the scene, and you see first you see in the mirror there is the form of this grinning Lucy that seems to be kind of looking down towards the ground, where you see Libby lying, or not lying down, but she kind of stumbled after her trying to shove. She's kind of like leaning into Lucy a little bit, trying to shove her, and this form in the mirror is kind of looking down at her slightly. You see the form of Lucy is looking straight on at the mirror, but the form in the mirror is looking down slightly with this similar ear-to-ear toothy grin, unnaturally wide and full of kind of pointed teeth, grinning down. The form, as you guys enter the door, kind of collapses for a moment into a mass of wriggling red worms, which all form this amorphous humanoid mass that snaps back together into a face which is now looking directly at the two of you. The same toothy grin. So it basically turns into a form of worms and then snaps back together and is suddenly looking in a different direction towards you guys. Both of you can roll me sanity checks. I need to roll damage for Lucy too.
Libby's gonna probably say something like, smash the mirror, knock her down. It's just gonna be like, just mumbling at this point.
Sure. Sorry, I dragged something. Sanity. Hard success, regular success. Okay, so both of you are able to act normally
I punched the mirror.
in this. You probably are fastest, right? Jimmy, yeah, you're fastest.
Jimmy's just gonna punch any mirror he sees from now on. Like, when they're driving in the car, bam, punch out the rearview mirror, punch out the passenger mirror.
Well, that was the backward mirror.
Okay, so you run up.
Punch it right in the middle of that stupid face.
Run up and punch the mirror.
Yeah.
The mirror shatters. That's your action. You turn around as you punch the mirror. You roll your strength. I just want to see if you get hurt because you're punching glass. Okay, you're fine. So you punch the mirror. Your knuckles get bloodied a little bit from cuts, but the thing shatters up and around in a spider web of broken glass.
Can I still see the face?
You can see bits and pieces of the broken face still like grinning at you behind the glass, and you see that she is still locked in place there.
Okay.
Alexander, what are you doing?
I'm
Still
gonna
locked in place, staring.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull her away and kind of usher her out of the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead and roll your strength. Okay. It is hard to do. So you're trying to pull her away from the mirror?
Yeah.
Okay. You almost have to like leverage her away from it, as in like, putting a leg behind her and twisting her bodily away from the mirror to get her away. It's not as easy as just like putting an arm around her and leading her away. You physically have to like rip her away from her staring at the mirror. But you do so with a lot of effort and with Libby already kind of like working on this a little bit. You kind of get behind her and start pulling / shoving her away from the mirror, and she stumbles. As she gets pulled away from it, she actually collapses into a heap into the turn of the hallway that comes back into the bathroom. And she just starts to sob, and you see a few drops of blood like pattering from her eyes onto the ground, and she starts like wiping her face. Jimmy, you can actually, Libby, you haven't acted yet this round, so I'm gonna give you a chance here. Jimmy was occupied. I would like to have something specific in mind for you, unless you have something you wanted to do.
Oh, I was going to cast Cure Wounds at level 4.
Oh, okay, sure. You may roll your.
I'm ready.
I'm looking at the skills.
Libby was ready for this. I'm going to roll my ride.
Yep. No, let's do your
electrical repair. Give her some bionic eyes. Steampunk.
No, I don't like any of these. I think you're just gonna see it. As you're kind of like you see her getting pushed away, and as she kind of like breaks contact with the mirror, the form of Libby once again kind of melts into worms and reforms into a face that's now looking at you, Libby. Sorry, the form of Lucy in the mirror reforms looking at you, Libby, and then just sort of collapses out of sight into this, like basically starting from the crown of the head. The hair and flesh starts collapsing into just these wriggling, writhing, almost leech-like in size worms, and basically it just collapsed in a wave down the body until these cascading leeches just fall out of view underneath the bottom edge of the mirror. And you're up to act, Libby.
Libby's going to scramble to the floor, grab Jimmy by like the scruff, and try to just run out of the door.
Jimmy, do you get led? Split second, what do you do?
No.
She grabs you. You resist?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stay in front of the mirror?
Yeah.
You stay in front of the mirror? Okay.
Libby lets go and runs.
Okay. Do you stop at Lucy or do you go past her? Because she's kind of like, imagine there's like a so I describe it the right way. There's like a hairpin. Basically, there's like a hairpin hallway that maybe it goes like 10 feet forward from the restaurant and then hairpins back into the restroom itself. So she's like at the hairpin end.
I guess I'll rush up to Lucy then and try to like see if she's okay. Since I saw her basically like bleeding and hissing out of her eyeballs.
She's muttering to herself, and she's just sobbing like, I can't. What was that? I can't see anything. What was that?
I'm gonna like try to brush the hair away from her face and try to awkwardly like pull open her eyelids. Does she look blind? Like, is her eyes like grayed over?
They are not to the extent of Professor Leiter. Like, they're not full milky white like you see with him. But you can tell that the colored part of the irises of her eyes are definitely like paled and milky at this point. They're still there, but they're very vague and milky.
It'll be okay. It'll just calm down now. It's gonna be okay.
She's just sort of like sobbing. She's a mess. There's like snot and spit and blood coming out of her. The blood's still not coming out of her eyes, but the remnants of whatever blood was there is mixing in with tears. So she's a slobbering, snotty mess at the moment. Going back to Jimmy. Might as well keep it around for a second. What do you do?
Jimmy's gonna try to like completely destroy the mirror because right now it's like shattered and kind of still see the face. He's gonna try to like.
You don't see a face in there anymore.
Oh, okay.
It hung around. You saw the same thing. It lingered. It didn't leave whenever Livy was pulled away, or whenever Lucy was pulled away.
Right.
But about maybe a second after Lucy was pulled away, you saw it collapse in that mass of red worms.
Okay.
Worm-rich mass.
Okay.
But it's out of your sight right now. It is an empty mirror with just you in it.
I'm gonna bust it apart just to be safe.
Sure.
It's shattered, but it's all kind of still on the wall. I'm gonna try to like break it so the pieces fall off.
Sure. Okay. Roll your writing. Damn.
Jesus.
Fuck up that mirror.
Shit out of that mirror.
Yes, you do. Your knuckles are bloody.
I want to use my feet. I want to like kick it apart.
It's behind a sink.
I stand on the sink.
Do you?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can.
no, Jimmy's all freaked out. I'll just punch it to pieces.
Sure. I mean, your knuckles are going to look like you were having a fight with a cheese grater by the end
Yeah,
of this.
that's fine.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're able to shatter that. You just go ham. You punch. You guys just see Jimmy just bare knuckling both fists into this thing. At some point, he reaches up, grabs the frame of the mirror, and just like yanks it down with a final shatter. There's glass just spraying out on the floor of this whole place. You had an extreme success, so I'm not going to say you took any damage from that, but your knuckles are sore.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes from now, 15 minutes from now, you're going to be feeling this.
Yeah, he like runs some cold water over him.
Would he have the wherewithal right now to do that?
No, he just kind of like stands there and glares and shakes a little bit.
Okay. Alexander, what are you doing?
I guess since Jimmy fucked up those mirrors, Alexander's gonna pull out a rag and run it under some water and kind of try to dab off Lucy's all the blood and snot and stuff. He's gonna try to give her some soothing words.
Okay. I would accept a
Can I do like a first aid, maybe?
first aid if you're trying to heal her. If you're trying to soothe her, I would do a psychoanalysis.
All right, I guess I'll focus more on first aid.
Hey.
Yeah.
Damn.
She doesn't have much in the way of wounds, actually. It looks like she may be having some kind of like maybe shock effects. Like her hands are shaking, and you're able to kind of like calm some of that down. But she doesn't actually seem physically hurt very much.
Oh, that's good.
As you're looking at her. But you kind of wipe away her eyes. You see that she kind of is blinking, looking towards you, and she's saying, I can kind of see someone's there. Who's there? I can't see I can't see you very well.
It's me, Lucy. Alexander. We're here. We're here to help. You're going to be okay. Just be strong.
Is it gone? I saw it in the mirror. I saw it in the mirror just like the other day. Is it gone?
It's gone. The mirror is totally gone, and there is nothing in it.
She kind of like sniffs and wipes her nose a little bit and nods. And she's still crying a little bit. And she starts to kind of like stand up, holding on to you guys. At this, you guys see Judith is standing in the bathroom doorway holding a broom and just like staring at the three of you, Libby, Alex, and Lucy. She's just staring towards the hairpin with this broom in her hand, like stick end up. And she's just like wide-eyed, staring at you. Everything all right?
Alexander's gonna look at her and be like, Lucy, she had some trouble in the bedroom. I think she needs to go home.
I think she needs a doctor.
Go ahead and roll your persuade.
Yeah. Extreme.
I'll take the whole day off.
Judith just kind of like nods at you and lets all of you walk out. She's like has this dumbfounded. She just silently nods at you.
Jimmy takes a minute to like pull some glass out of his hands and
Sure.
like, run them under cold water. And
Yeah, there's just some little slivers in your hands. Like, no, there's no big chunks or anything, but you can just tell there's just like cuts all over the back of your knuckles from the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like runs them under cold water, then like wraps some paper towels around him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is the professor just like chauffeuring us around with Jeeves the whole time?
No. Professor's been with Jeeves in the hospital this whole.
Oh, that's right. He's in the hospital.
We just bought this car.
Yeah. Libby's been driving. It's fine.
Libby has a driver. He doesn't
I
have
do.
a name.
Yeah, Libby's
We
actually
have a car
doing
and
well
a driver.
Yeah,
Oh.
Libby's actually doing pretty good.
Why did Libby say we all had to stay at the professor's house?
Well, you know, she don't be too modest.
Jimmy, as you're kind of cleaning yourself up, you actually see that there is a Lucy's purse is there on the ground
Grab her purse. Take it.
in the bathroom.
Pick it up.
Okay.
I keep an eye on the door,
There's nobody in here.
and I rifle through it.
Sure. There is a small lot of dollar bills,
Mm-hmm.
of money,
Mm-hmm.
cash, and some coins. Looks like a small bag of coins. You were guessing this is her tip money.
Mm-hmm.
There's a handkerchief. There is a train train ticket with several punches in it to Atlantic City.
Whoa!
And there is a small wallet in it, which has some. It looks like some contact information for. Looks like there is an address and phone number for someone in Kentucky. And you see there's an address and phone number for Charles Leiter in there.
And it's the address that I already know about.
Yep. And then there's another card which just has a phone number on it with no name.
Is it handwritten or printed?
It is handwritten. All of these are handwritten.
Is the number the same handwriting as the others?
Yep, it's hers.
It's just a number.
It's
Is it a local area code?
Yes.
Okay. I pocket that card, the one with the phone number, and I throw everything else back.
Okay.
And I bring the purse out with me.
Did you wrap your hands in your handkerchief?
No, that's gross.
I don't know. Jimmy's kind of weird sometimes.
No, he's not.
Gentlemen. Okay. Judith is very happy to let all of you leave. Question is, where would you like to go? Lucy is very happy to go with you because she can't really see very well.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her if there's anywhere, she would like us to take her to. Does she have somebody that we can call?
I live at 52 South Street. 352 South Street.
Do you think it'd be safe to leave her alone?
Or perhaps we should. You don't seem injured, but we could take you to a hospital.
What was that thing? I saw it in the mirror. What was that thing?
You said you saw it before?
This morning, I saw it right as you were leaving. You guys remember seeing her staring in the mirror as you were leaving.
Actually, Alexander's gonna kind of whisper to Libby and I guess Jimmy if Jimmy catches up and be like, maybe we should take her to the dean. The professors there, they could help perhaps better than a doctor.
Wait. What about your professor with who believes in this things that we've been seeing?
Yeah. Yeah, let's take her to him. He can take a look at her. We'll question her on the way. Then we can go talk to the dean.
She's right here.
What's going on? I'm so scared.
Listen, you're gonna be fine. You've seen some fucked up shit, but you're gonna be fine.
Here, drink this, and I grabbed the bottle out of Jimmy's coat.
I couldn't look away. It was just in the mirror, and I couldn't look away. She takes a drink.
Listen, you got wrapped up in some bad shit. But you're gonna be fine.
Is this what killed Charles?
Yeah.
He was acting so weird right before he died. He was acting so weird. He was jumping in shadows. He was cold. He was paranoid. He thought everyone was after him. He said he couldn't even look at any piece of glass without jumping. Am I gonna end up like him?
Nah. We're gonna take care of it.
I mean, I think she's blind, right? I mean, she'll be okay.
You made it, Lucy. You're strong. You've shown great inner strength.
While and during your guys' travel,
Oh god.
she will. She seems to have some kind of a urgency based on previous roles you guys had with her, because you had some pretty good roles with her.
Yeah.
To get you some of the information she knows.
Yeah, tell us everything you know.
She explains that before his death, Charles, he's a sweet man. He was always good to me. He always, I didn't know if it was going to be a permanent thing, but you don't care about that. He got strange. He got paranoid, and there was some creepy kid always hanging around whenever we was meeting.
Redheaded kid, white jacket.
Pretty kid. She nods. Looked like a student.
Did Lighter know he was hanging around?
I told him, and he just shrugged. He just shrugged him off. Said it wasn't a big deal. Said he would take care of it. He told me the day before he died. He said some guy named Roach was trying to give him a bad name. Said he was trying to ruin him. Said he knew he was behind all of it. Roach, that is. He knew he was behind all of it. Trying to make him look bad. But he was going to make it right. Charles, that is. So he said he was going to make it right. That was the last I ever talked to him. I know he was into some bad stuff. I know he didn't tell me about it, but I know he was having business with some art students, some former art student, making copying papers. And I know he was selling them. No questions asked to whoever would pay. All kinds of people. Some smelly guy came sniffing around here before one of our meetings, talking to Charles. I think his name was Wick. I didn't like him at all. He had a conversation with Charles, and you could tell Charles didn't like it. Charles wasn't having any of it. But I think it had something to do with the forgeries. I told Amelia all of this yesterday. And she's not the only one. She kind of is like, she's not making eye contact with any of you because she can't make eye contact very well right now. But she looks in your general directions sometimes, at moments, with her milky eyes. There were some hoods. I already told you about them. They were looking for information too, and told me to call them if anything came up. I told them when Amelia came, and I told them about the kid who was watching, both when Leiter was here, when Charles was here, and when Amelia was here. The pretty boy. I called him yesterday, she says, and kind of looks down a little bit ashamed. They want money, and I don't have money. They know about Amelia. They know that Leiter was into some shady business. They know about Amelia, and they know about the kid.
What do they know about Amelia?
I told her everything about the. I told her about Roach. I told her about Charles being paranoid, and that some of his work was missing, and that he suspected Roach. That's what I told her. But I was worried. You see, they said that I needed to tell them everything, or they'd come hurt me. So I called them. I called them after she left. I called them after you left too. I told them everything. You have to protect me. You have to keep me safe. I don't know what's going on here.
It's okay. We'll take you to some people who can help. You've done well. You're strong like bear.
Oh, that's mighty nice of you to say. Oh, you sound like my daddy. She's kind of like crying and laughing, like something about you, kind of like what you said, kind of broke through a little bit with her.
There, it's going to be okay.
She sniffs and kind of rubs at her ass a little bit. Thanks. I don't know what to do. Did any of what I said make sense to you? I don't know what's going on with this.
I think you've helped make some connections that may lead us to the conclusion of all of this. You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Those thugs, they're bad news, but they don't scare me half as bad as that kid. I never even spoke to him, but he's always watching, and whenever I look the second time, he's gone. But the look in his eyes when I see him, he means business. And I don't trust him.
We'll figure it out. For you and for the professor.
Should have fucked that kid up when I was in the car with him.
You sure had the chance.
I let him go. I was like, oh, you're some innocent pipsqueak kid. I'll scare you a little bit and then let you go. Motherfucker's a mastermind. I don't know about that, but...
Well, we can't just leave her somewhere.
Yeah, I will say this conversation is all happening in the car towards the university where you guys were taking her to Dr. Francis Morgan, the psychiatrist. I assume that's where you're about.
Yeah.
So if you had any other questions for her on the way, she seems to be pretty warmed up to you guys at this point. And she had a very rambling and non-sequential description of what happened. So
she doesn't have any idea. Like, she knows that Leiter started to act paranoid, but he didn't know what caused it. Does she know anything about Cecil?
ask her.
Hey, talking about art students. You met Cecil?
Oh, I never met him. Well, no, she would have known. Sorry, redacted. Yeah, sweet kid. He was in on the business, the art business. He was the art side of it. Charles, he did the history side of it, and the business side of it, and trying to make the sales, I guess. Cecil, well, I guess he had a knack for copying things. I don't know what happened, but one day Charles, he didn't speak about it much, but he took him up to the sanatorium. Said something just snapped in him. You guys have anything else you want to ask Lucy before you get to the university?
That I can think of. Out of character, I'm kind of wondering if I guess Alexander would be wondering this too, but just discussing out of character, I'm wondering if the two thugs kidnapped Amelia and or Flinders.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the Wick guy, the owner of the shop, he seems to be pretty deep into this cult stuff. Maybe Flinders is too.
Flinders was very like concerned about like the witches and Lighter doing good work and kind of like fanatic. Like,
Which one was Flunders, the white jacket guy?
yeah, he's the white
Yeah.
jacket kid who's been spying on everyone and was like
Gotcha.
super anti Amelia.
Oh, he was praising Lighter and his work?
He's saying Lighter was doing good work.
Okay, so he's might be involved with the cult stuff too.
Yeah, and he was like very much like, oh, the witches and
Okay, and so Amelia's probably working against the cult, but who knows if she's necessarily good herself.
right. But I think you're right that the thugs probably
Yeah,
nabbed her.
I'm thinking, okay, a couple things. We could try to follow up with the thugs, see if they've kidnapped somebody, and another option would be maybe try to track down Wick. I mean, after the store got burned down and stuff, and he probably made himself scarce, but maybe if he has a house or something, we could try to check it out. I know that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like Anthony Flinders knows a lot, but we have no idea like
Yeah, I mean, maybe the
Other than
thugs have
maybe-
him, or he's just on the loose.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he and Amelia are the ones who actually know stuff.
Yeah,
Other than Wick, I don't really want to fuck with Wick.
yeah.
Last time we fucked with Wick, we almost died.
You guys haven't even met Wick yet.
I know.
Yeah.
Wick's ghouls and almost died. I don't want to deal with that shit again.
The only thing we could maybe try to do is if we could somehow find Wick, we could maybe try to enlist the thugs by telling him Wick has the money. Kind of pit him against each other a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we'd probably have to find Wick or where some lead on him first.
We could go by the store and see if there's anyone messing around in the ruins. We try to track down Flinders.
I mean, we could ask her to confirm, but I'm guessing the unmarked phone number you have is probably for the thugs.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So, do we think we need to go to where's that bus ticket go? New Jersey?
Oh, Atlantic City?
Atlantic City?
But nah, I don't think anything shady was happening over there. I think he has gambling debts. I don't think the mob has anything to do with the supernatural stuff. I think he just owes
That's
them
where
a
he's
lot of
spending money.
Mm-hmm. I think, and I don't even know, like, what does Wick have to do with all this? Because I feel like Lighter was just making forgeries, but then one of the papers he ended up with fucked him up in some way and made Cecil go crazy.
I guess
Maybe that's why Wick got involved.
I mean, the forgeries, like the cult forgeries, maybe he was selling those to Wick. The other forgeries, who knows what he was doing with them, but the cult-related forgeries where the what's his name? The kid was copying, the cult kind of drawings. He probably was selling those to Wick.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucy rambled off a lot of stuff in character to give you guys the idea that she knows at least something about Wick. She knows something about Cecil. She knows something about Flinders and Amelia and the thugs. I'm just going down the list here. And she mentioned that Charles was suspicious of Roach. So she seems to know, like, she rambled off a lot of stuff really quick, so you guys are welcome to, like, ask her clarifying questions with any of that, too. But she seems to have been present for a lot of, like, the pieces of this.
Hey, what did Wick want? Did he know they were forgeries?
He was, I think he's, from what Charles said, seems like he approached him many times for business, and I think Charles has done business with him before, but he turned him down this time.
Charles turned Wick down, or Wick turned Charles down?
Charles turned him down.
Why?
He got a bad feeling, he told me. he's done business with them before, and he said he said enough was enough, and he didn't like the feeling that Wick gave him. I don't blame him. The man's creepy, and he smells.
Was he making forgeries for Wick?
Sure.
Okay.
Did he say where they used to meet?
I don't know that. And whenever he sold things in the past to him, I don't know.
What about the boy Flinders? Did he have any direct contact with Professor Leiter?
Flinders? You mean the creepy kid who's hanging around here?
Yeah, the creepy kid.
He's not half bad looking, but creepy nonetheless. He's got this dead stare. I caught him watching a couple times whenever Charles was here having lunches with me. The last time I saw him was just yesterday, after Amelia was meeting with me. As Amelia was leaving, I saw him. I'm sure I saw him across the street watching. But he was gone the next time I looked, after Amelia left.
Leiter wasn't worried about him.
He said he was a fan. I don't know what that meant. He said he was a former student and a dropout. He said he was harmless. He said he just didn't know when to stop. She shrugs. But he saw me with Charles many times, and he saw me yesterday with Amelia.
Amelia, was she in on all this forgery business?
Oh, no. First time I ever met her was yesterday. I don't know how she found me, but she called me out of the blue yesterday morning. And a few hours later, we set up a time for her to come out and meet me. I don't know. I liked her. I trusted her, and I needed someone to talk to, so I told her about Leiter being suspicious of Roach, how he thought Roach stole the papers. She was pretty interested in that part.
Why did she want to meet with you?
She said she was investigating the death of Charles and the disappearance of these papers. Same as you.
Well,
She was really excited whenever I told her all this stuff, especially about Roach. She left here straight away saying she had to tell somebody.
Go ahead,
How
Ed.
about you?
what? Shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. What did she seem more interested about? The papers or the other stuff?
What other stuff?
I don't remember.
She seemed interested whenever I mentioned Professor Roach.
Yes, Roach or the papers. What was she more interested in?
I think both. The fact that she seemed excited that they were maybe connected.
Did she say where she was going?
She said she had to tell someone. She didn't tell me who. This was yesterday, maybe right around now, maybe a little bit earlier.
When she tried to flag down the professor?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I found the papers. Oh,
Son of a
I saw
bitch.
the mystery. But Amelia had that weird voodoo doll, right?
It was in her
Yep.
office.
Yep.
It was in her office, and it was just Leiter's hair and a pentagram in the middle.
There was hair inside.
Yep.
That was
Even like a protection charm that was.
yeah, that was her protective charm. I took it away.
So Cecil said that when he was forging one of the papers. He'd gotten a line wrong and something was trying to escape or get out. He was going on with the witch papers. So they've got this forgery business set up. The witch papers have some weird supernatural shit happening. So now there's this demon or dead witch or whatever haunting all these people.
Seems legit.
But who's this Anthony Flinders and what the fuck is he up to?
Maybe he's in on it. Maybe Amelia's actually like good,
Mm-hmm.
and Anthony and Wick are bad.
Wick's definitely bad.
Yeah, Wick is like the devil, like foosball.
Yeah, I think Flinders is probably the biggest question mark. Is he working with Wick, or is he working on his own, having
Right.
some separate goal?
I feel like Leiter didn't actually know anything about the supernatural shit until he stumbled into it.
Yeah.
Cecil. But Amelia knows things, and Flinders knows things, and Wick's a fucking cultist jag.
Fuck, I don't know who to trust anymore.
Well, not Roach. He's a criminal.
No, Roach is gross.
But I mean,
Let's
really,
never talk
we
to him
just go
again.
back to the dean and be like, "Hey, Roach took the papers."
Yeah, but what if the dean's in on it?
The dean didn't seem to really care who took the papers
He wanted the papers back.
because his reputation's on the line.
Right.
If the papers are missing forever, he has to explain that to the Hobhouse family. That's your impression.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't really care what happens to get the papers back. He just wants the papers back so that he can preserve his reputation.
So we think the mob took the papers so they can sell them to get money?
No, I think Flinders took the papers.
Yeah, I think he has it.
Just talk to Marvin.
Because Roach described like one figure or one person.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found that strand of...
Yeah, the thread.
Oh, yep. Okay, we should call Marvin.
Yeah, I think probably try to track down Flinders, I guess, would be the next best step.
Yeah. Why don't we drop Lucy off at the professor to get her eyeballs looked at, and I'll use his phone to call Marvin. Because I don't even know where we'd look for Flinders.
I mean, do we feel pretty confident that if we leave her alone, she's going to die?
Yeah.
Or is that just, me?
No, maybe we should just keep her with
Probably
us.
just long-lasting psychological damage, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she's blind enough she'll never see that figure again. It's probably fine. I mean, how attached to this professor friend are you? Like, not a lot? Because he's probably going to die too now.
Well, not everyone's going to die.
Everyone's going to die. That's how these things work.
Shit.
Call of Cthulhu.
This where you guys going?
And then we have to talk to Marvin to figure out who jumped him because
I think
they
you're
got
right.
the papers.
I still think we should probably drop Lucy off with the professor.
Yeah.
He can try to do his psychoanalysis and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do it.
Let's go to campus. We'll take Lucy to the professor who patched us up, and I'll borrow his phone.
Okay. As you get to Professor Dr. Francis Morgan's office, you go straight there.
Yeah.
Great. You take her in, and he says, "Oh well, I can take a look at her, no problem. What do we have here?" He starts giving her kind of like a little bit of physical before he starts getting into any of the psychoanalytical stuff. But he starts giving her a quick physical. While he's doing that, you guys are probably about ready to beat feet pretty quick out of there when the door opens again, and Professor Henry Armitage. You would probably recognize the most, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
But all of you have met very briefly as being one of these folks who's in the Believers. He enters and says, "There's been an incident at the sanatorium this afternoon."
Fuck, it was Cecil, wasn't it?
I'm afraid to say that this Cecil Hunter has escaped.
Oh, fuck! I thought he
And
was dead.
no, he's escaped. And he's attacked one of the guards and escaped.
Oh, shit,
No.
what if he's doing the papers? Because he has to finish his forgery, because he has to finish his job and let the thing out.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
And that is a great place where I want to stop what I do tonight. But you guys are welcome to chat a little bit more.
Fuckity fuck.
So if Cecil escaped, he might be trying to track down the papers because he has to finish what he started.
I mean, I don't know if Cecil's really in a good state of mind to try to track down papers.
No, that's true.
Unless somebody busted him out and they're going to help him, get the papers for him to finish his work.
Oh no.
I feel like I've given you guys a fun little mystery. It feels like you guys are getting into it. I like it.
I made a suspects thing in my notes. I made it for myself, and then I realized maybe it would be better investigator. But I publicized it, so it's there. I don't. There's so many. Andy, you're doing great. I hate everything about it. Balls.
So at this point, I mean, our job is to get the papers, but if we want to stop the crazy, I think it's going to be more than just finding the papers.
Oh, I have to talk to crazy.
That's true. I would like to be able to look in mirrors and not like turn into worms
Mm-hmm.
or have my eyeballs.
Although,
steam.
even Jimmy would probably recognize at this point that whatever is happening in the mirrors, even though like he and Alex have both seen weird stuff in mirrors at this point, like neither of them have been affected to the way that Lucy and the professor were, where they
Right.
clearly had like way better, worse effects than you guys have had. You haven't even had a roll yet.
Yeah, I wonder why Lucy got attacked so hard. Because Lighter like was doing some shit and Cecil was doing some shit.
Sure.
Why did they go after Lucy?
Unless that was, well, I don't know. That could be Amelia. That could be Anthony. Because if Anthony was spying on them, but she told Amelia everything.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those two. Well, I think we should probably, next session, I guess we should talk to Marvin on the phone, and then we'll have to decide who do we want to track down.
Right. Who do we think broke in and took the papers?
I still think it was Flinders that took the papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident in at least that ish.
I feel like Flinders probably has a lot of information for us because Flinders is a wild card.
Well, and
Yeah,
where is Flinders and where is Amelia right now? Like that's.
Yeah, I think the thugs have Amelia.
Flinders has been
she's a
creeping
witch.
on everybody.
Set on fire. Flinders has been creeping on everybody.
Yeah, he probably has some good info.
Man, I don't know. I'll roll my swim just in case I
I feel
fail.
like we're getting somewhere. Do you guys feel like we're getting somewhere?
I don't know. We know more about the papers now, but we don't know shit about Wick.
That's true. You know stuff about Wick.
I mean, yeah, he hired Carla and what's his name? So he's involved with those ghouls.
Yeah, he's bad news.
Yeah.
And in all my dealings in antiques, I never actually met Wick, so
It's true.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of person Wick is, he's the kind of person that would burn down his shop of decades' work, plus all of his tunnels.
To hide his weird fucking catacombs sanctum. corpse shit.
Possibly. I mean, that's a lot of destruction for just some 3 randos finding his sanctum.
Interesting.
And there's been a lot of like break-ins and stuff happening on campus because you found break-ins in Lighter's place.
It's true.
And the altercation that happened in Roach's place.
So we found a break-in in Lighter's office. Roach said he took the papers from Lighter's house.
Yes.
But it's all Flinders. Breaking into everything.
Yeah. I could see it where maybe Lighter was working with Wick, and then when he refused to do whatever the most recent thing is, then maybe Wick had Flinders or somebody break in to steal these papers, try to finish the job. And then they found out, somebody found out that Roach had the papers, and then they went after him.
Shapoopy. Oh, fuck.
That's what I wanted to hear. Well,